Welcome to the C-List. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Josh.
And today we're doing a request for Kingaling 93. And we're going to be reviewing the film Tremors, starring Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward.
Also Michael Gross. You might as well mention him considering he makes it into
everything.
He's not the sequel, so you might as well mention him. He's not like a main character in this one, but he's still there.
He's pretty damn awesome in this film.
Yeah.
I've seen the film numerous times and absolutely have loved it every time. This was Josh's first time watching it.
We've literally just finished it, and
what did you think?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was just a cracking film. It really is a dark comedy, but it also works as its own creature feature, to be fairness. I personally think that quite a few films would benefit from trying to rip off Tremors rather than trying to rip off Alien.
Yeah. If you haven't seen the film, basic plot is a small town in the middle of desert.
Very small town.
Essentially are in trouble as they've got these monsters trying to eat them.
Yeah, these subterranean worm thingies, which are called graboids. Not their official name, but it's one which the shopkeeper comes up with.
Yeah, and it's just them essentially trying to survive. It's a good sort of monster film. Kevin Bacon puts in a great turn.
Yeah, although I personally think that Fred Ward, is that his name?
Yeah, Fred Ward.
Yeah, I personally think that Fred Ward was possibly I preferred him to Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they play off each other well.
Yeah, it's mainly the accent that does it for me.
Yeah, but there is that bit at the start where Kevin Bacon does give those cows a very dodgy look, like he wants to do naughty things.
Yeah, there are. It would be understandable if somebody were to watch the film and get quite a lot of undertones.
Big long things under the ground.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward.
And his dirty looks.
Yeah, Fred Ward also looks at the cows in a peculiar way, which leads us to believe that relations had gone on beforehand, possibly.
Just a theory, They, as far as I know, they don't focus on in the sequels.
No, they don't really.
Really.
How
come the things don't ever eat the cows?
Super cows.
Yeah, the cows. I guess. I'm just saying that
maybe the cows just stand still.
They must make quite a lot of noise.
They might just stand still. If they stand still, it might be okay.
Or maybe wherever they are at the beginning is actually outside of the graboids' range.
Yeah, but we can clearly see that they go all the way to the mountains.
So why don't they get attacked at the beginning?
I don't know. Why don't the cows get eaten? Or maybe they do.
Oh, and it's just off camera.
Maybe.
Go for it.
But yeah, most of it sort of holds together. The roof, there's a bit where they're holding up on a roof.
Is that some sort of rubbish joke? Most of it holds together, apart from the buildings.
I wasn't going for that, but okay.
It just sounded that way.
When they're holding out on the roof really does look like a trampoline.
It's great. It looks really cool though when it starts crumpling, but I'm pretty sure real buildings would stand up to giant worm attacks better.
Yeah, but we've not been attacked by giant worms, so we're not
That's
sure.
True, we have no scientific evidence to base this on.
If there is scientific evidence, please let us know and we can amend this, but as of this moment there is no scientific proof that giant worms would in fact destroy our houses.
Back to the film.
The special effects are pretty damn good. The film had a reasonable budget.
Yeah, the shot where it goes, shot where it goes under the ground and follows the worms. I thought that's really quite. I thought you really get into the film with that sort of shot.
Josh did mention towards the beginning where you first see the worm sort of travelling towards I've forgotten her name, the main female.
Woman.
Yes, woman.
We'll refer to her as woman from now on.
The POV from the camera is actually above the ground when the creature's below the ground, and it confused Josh greatly.
Yeah, because it's basically it's all very suspense and very tense, and it's basically like this little lump of ground slowly coming towards her. But the camera shot, as though the lump of ground is actually can see, because it's sort of following on top of the lump of ground. If it was like a creature running, it would be from like the creature's eyes watching, but because the creature's underground, it's like dirt cam. I personally don't understand. POV shots are meant to actually have a point of view,
Maybe one of the little smaller ones was on top.
but they don't have eyes.
Yeah, but that would mean that none of the POV works at all from the creature, as it.
I'm just saying, lumps of ground moving is not what I call a POV shot.
They're pretty good at actually getting exact sort of feeling for where people are as well.
Yeah, I thought it was impressive.
But yeah, we both pretty much agree that it's a good film.
I'm actually going to compare it to Mega Snake, which means naturally I must like it. Basically, practically the majority of creature features have the same sort of plot. They're basically in somewhere and then they all slowly die one by one and stuff. And there's very little sort of difference. What I liked with what I like with Tremors is that you get to see the monsters quite early on, and they defeat one quite early on. So there is hope. They're not just like screwed. And every good thing that they do, the Tremors, the Graboids counteract. Like they all hold up on the roofs and they think they're safe, but no, they start bringing down the buildings and they get on the bulldozer thing and then they put a hole in it and stuff. And it's just, I like the fact that they had an enemy that was very intelligent.
Just to note, with the first one, I just want to make a point. When they actually take out the first one, they don't even mean to take out the first one.
Oh, of course, they did it by accident.
Yeah, which is quite nice.
Pole vaulting as well, I thought that was nice.
Yeah, the whole thing has a semi-sense of Frank Herbert's Dune, the classic sci-fi novel with the sandworms and the sensing the tremors. And some films, I'd probably say, sort of wreck it, but this almost feels slightly like a homage to it. I love this film, I really do, and I do love the sequels, which we're going to be reviewing in the sort of reviews to come.
I'll tell you one thing though, when I was watching Tremors, it just, towards the end certainly, it just reminded me of Rogue, Greg McLean's crocodile flick.
Sam Worthington.
Which we've already reviewed and came out
206, 207, 208.
Yeah, I think basically it came out a few years ago, and you can definitely see a close. I mean, I'm guessing that Greg McLean probably watched Tremors before, and so and it's just the fact that that all the people are standing and the thing, although it's not underground, it's actually in water.
It's more a character piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and you got this monster which they're all stuck on in Rogue, it's like a little island, and in Tremors they're all stuck on top of houses and stuff. And rather than it being underground, in Rogue it's underwater. And I just saw lots of similarities.
Works really nicely. I would recommend this to pretty much anyone who likes creature films, likes Kevin Bacon, or just wants a good sort of fun film.
It is fun. It was entertaining. It was probably
You happy you watched it?
I'm very happy. I would happily watch that again.
Thank you for recommending us to review it.
Yeah, it was a great film. If anyone else wants to recommend any more great films, throw them in.
But yeah, thank you and goodbye.